Welcome everybody that's here to the July meeting of the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. Uh, I will make a couple of comments and then we will call the roll just so that we'll have a quorum of records, even though we don't have anything to vote on. So my comments are, at lunch with one of the senior officials at the city of Norfolk yesterday, and I was a little disappointed at the city's impression of what our relationship is like currently, because I understand and appreciate our executive director not only providing considerable outreach to ensure that we have the city involved, but engaging himself at so many levels that I am aware of, and his team doing the same. And so my only thought was that we have to work harder at that. I am reminded of a time I used to be the vice president of the largest community action agency in the state. And the president passed. The president had an untimely death, and everybody was wondering which one of the three vice presidents that were there would be appointed to replace her. And I was asked to provide leadership in interim phase. And I did so. And without sounding as if I'm tooting my own horn, I was probably the more popular vice president. I had a lot of outreach. I've been around the city for a long time. But I wasn't chosen to be the permanent vice president. But I did not in any way lessen my effort to ensure that the organization was successful. And about 6 months in, the person that was chosen wanted to know why was I so committed, and shared with me that if anybody had a reason to be upset about not receiving it, it was you. And I said, because my commitment has always been to the agency and not the individual. I liked her. She was like the sister I never had. But I served the agency, and I wanted to devote my loyalty to the mission of the agency. And I say that because as commissioners, I would like to encourage each of us to consider bringing that level of commitment to the work that we do here, embracing the mission, ensuring the success of our executive director and his team. Sometimes we have to go a little further. Sometimes the outreach that our executive director provides requires some further engagement from some of the commissioners. Each one of you have contacts, associates, influences throughout the city. And I think to some extent you were chosen to sit on this esteemed board for just that reason. And so I just wanted to encourage us to, in the terms that I used to use as a young man with some of my peers, back him up and ensure success by standing behind our executive director, sometimes being an emissary, sometimes going in his stead, sometimes supporting him when he engages, to ensure that the message is clean and crisp and received, and that our partnership is genuine, so that not only do we have a semblance of a partnership, but the partners themselves are able to give game-changing input so that their input is valued. And so I just would like to encourage us in that vein. And that's kind of my opening speech. I'd like to welcome all of our guests this morning. We had guests that were here early, which tells me, good morning, Amy, which tells me, I didn't mean to draw attention to you.
I will say in her defense, the parking garage doors are shut, so I was running. I don't know if you got caught by that.
Yes,
so our apologies to everyone here.
Yes.
We got caught by that.
but Amy, I was just encouraging the team here, the board, that I had lunch with a key official at the city yesterday, and I was a little disappointed that I think our leadership at the city, both the elected leadership and the administration, often feels like we're not embracing their value, bringing them into key decisions that we're making about the very big things in front of us. So, and I also told the other commissioners here that I was very much aware of outreach that our executive director has done, not just in intentional outreach to engage and inform members that are there, but also he himself going and sharing information, inviting them into the processes that we have. And so I just want to encourage us to stand behind them, stand with them. Let's fill in the gaps when we see a little void. And I know that we all have influences within the city, and so just wanted to encourage that. And I was in the process of welcoming our guests this morning and to say to them that wherever you're from, you're very much welcome to come to the board, give comments, share your thoughts. We had I was going to wait until the committee reports, but I would just report on my listening sessions that I had been mentioning. The first one was in Young's, and me and Adam Casagrande started off, and Adam did the first hour with me, and then when he left, actually before he left, we didn't want to cause a panic, but Albert Lewis was taking over the second hour. And we heard some good feedback from the people that were there. The attendance was light. I would have liked to have seen it a lot more robust, but it was a really qualitative discussion, the things that we heard. And I will be providing the board here with a summary of the comments. Adam's notes and Albert's notes were provided to me to include in my summary. So you all will know what the conversation was like because I'll share it with each of you.
And those are going to continue, right, sir? Those will continue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The next one is Calvin. I was talking to Leah about that this morning. And so we'll get a little more robust effort in rattling the trees and getting more people there. So with that, I will move to approval of the minutes from our June 12th meeting. And I would entertain, oh, no, I'm sorry. I need to call the roll first to ensure that everybody is here. And I'll start with Mr. Miller.
Here.
Yep. Earl Fraley.
Here.
Phil Smith. No, it's you.
Oh, I said Phil Smith. That's it.
No.
Okay.
When they said here, just.
I'm sorry, here.
Yeah. Amy?
Here.
And Albert?
Present.
Kelsey?
Here.
And Terrion?
Here.
And Alfonso Albert. So we do have a full quorum, and we have seated a full board. And so that's very good. So with that, the one day we don't need a quorum, everybody's here. So with that, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from our June meeting.
Don't move.
All right,
Second.
properly moved and second. Ms. Carnes, if you would call the roll.
Was this a motion by Mr. Fraley? Oh, Mr. Smith. Oh, Dr. Smith, thank you.
Aye.
Mr. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Ms. Mayo? Aye. Mr. Fraley?
Aye.
Mr. Casagrande?
Aye.
Ms. Judzinski? Aye. Mr. Conyers?
Aye.
Mr. Albert?
Aye. You got a feedback over here. Who's controlling this speaker?
I've made 3 mistakes already, so I'll take the blame. But
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Properly moved in second. Now we're here for public comments. Do we have anybody, Karen, Radu, who's rocking with that this morning?
We have 2 speakers today, Ms. Tiara Lassiter.
All right, are they here? I didn't see Rachel. Oh, there he is. Okay. Good morning, Rachel. I gotta speak to you before you leave. Yeah. Tiara? You can help me get Karen out. And just for the record, that Ms. Lassiter is very much aware of, it's 3-minute limit on public.
Sir, before I start, I do want to say, and because I just noticed the same thing from one of the other speakers, we might want to give a few minutes because the garage is, they shut it, the doors shut down, so people might still be trickling in. I just wanted to sort of make sure that commissioners are aware.
Got your own clock.
Good morning,
morning.
commissioners, NRHA, and everybody in the room. So the first thing I would like to ask is, when it becomes the time of the transition of Calvert Square and Young Terrace, will NRHA issue residents a relocation check in order to assist with the financial part of the transition or the big move? I think it would be beneficial to all. It was beneficial to former Tidewater Gardens residents. I am one of them. I definitely believe that it will help every person living in Calvert Square and Young Terrace. And then the second thing I would like to ask for is emergency housing services. And what I mean by emergency housing, which provides immediate and temporary shelter to homeless individuals. We need more homeless shelters in the city of Norfolk. We need more transitional housing. We need more rapid rehousing. We need more family shelters. We need emergency housing vouchers. We need emergency solution grants, which support a range of services, including homelessness prevention. At the current time, Norfolk provides rental assistance through the Norfolk Eviction Prevention Center. However, they only open that up once a year. So you're only allowed to get and receive that help once a year. According to the Norfolk Planning Council.org, we believe homelessness should be rare, brief, and non-reoccurring. However, that is not the case. Homelessness has been increasing. It has been reoccurring. People have been losing housing left and right. They also allocate $12 million for 30 homeless programs through 70 agencies that are not always the most effective. I find that homeless people find that the list of services are non-effective to them, and they are still remaining unhoused and street homeless. So according to our labor standards, our minimum wage is $12.41. However, within the city of Norfolk, we would realistically need a living wage of $22.63. And at this current time of being underwaged, I don't think that the people in those communities could afford to move out without assistance. And I don't think that we have enough emergency housing. I don't think we have enough emergency shelters. If you do not have emergency housing, I would like to see it be created. So that way, as we continue to move forward with these demolition projects, if anybody is displaced or evicted, they will have an immediate place to go with their children. I want to see less women and children street homeless and begging bread in the streets. Y'all, our homeless population has been increasing consistently ever since 2020. Also, rental rates have no cap, so we are being extorted as the poor to pay this rent we cannot afford. So these are just a few things to think about as we continue to go forward with our transition plans, as you continue to work with communities. Thank you for this time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. White?
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, guests and friends. My name is John White from Grandy Village, the TMC president of that wonderful city by the south side. A couple of questions I have for the commissioners and to Mr. The CEO that we have, Mrs. Sims. Mrs. Sims, sorry, it's been a long morning. Yeah, I'm sorry. And it's been a long morning, it's July and it's hot. I just want to figure out, it's something we need to do. It's called communication. I am an advocate of communication. We found out that Yardie was supposed to come out in July, and there were letters coming out saying we were going to Yardie and doing all this, and Yardie never happened in July. A lot of people called my office, called my home, try to find me, word about how to pay their rent. I really think we should see and step back a little bit and to research Yardie and to make sure, because people have called some of the staff members of this great organization and they did not know what to tell us. So I think commissioners, and we need to figure out if this is going to work now or it will work the first of the year, because we have people, even other neighborhoods, they have got their rent statements sent to other people's houses, and that's a confidentiality thing. And it happened, I know for a fact, because they bring them to my office. So I don't mind telling them stuff, but I can't tell them if I don't know anything about Yardie 2. So I want you all to look at this and to make sure if the agency is ready before the people are ready, because we were ready, but we did not know. There was no one in our office at Grandy Village could tell me personally what to do. They did not know. I called some staff people, they did not know. So that's a problem that we have, and we need to look at that very, very, very carefully. And our next point is, before I go, is I want to thank Mr. Brooks. He's not here today. He has actually, we had no food desert for the kids for the summer. He's actually got us a program that we were picking food up to have our kids in my office to eat breakfast and lunch. That's like, there's some caring people that still work in the agency. I wish we had more, but it is. And I want to let commissioners know and Ms. Sims know that he's the boots, they call it boots on the ground. Mr. Brooks has had wonderful things in Grandy Village. And I just want to know, sometimes we can always beat people up and not praise them when they're doing right or when they're doing wrong. But this employee has really got the boots on the ground for us. And I want to thank him from Grandy Village point of view. I don't know about other neighborhoods, but we want to thank him as an employee that really goes out his way to in the community to make sure that we have that. Thank you all. Enjoy the summer. My birthday is in August. Thank you.
Let me just say, Mr. Albert Lewis, Commissioner Lewis and I went to view some transformations and rehabilitations that the staff had done at the request of Brenda and Brooks was there when we went, and he received us. He saw the renovations, complimented them, and so I've been knowing Corey a long time, and he is the group boots on the ground kind of guy. He is in the middle of it, and he's always been that way. So I applaud you picking up on that. So on your way out, come this way. I want to share something with you. Who's the next speaker?
Can I say something when you're done?
Who is it?
The next speaker is Mr. Javon
Wait,
from online.
all right, go ahead, Amy.
I don't know. Oh, I don't have to push it. Okay. Let me just say this. If we have hungry children out there, all right, I can't bear the thought of that. All right.
Absolutely.
I'm a Polish woman, and our urge is to feed everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you can't do anything if you're hungry. So if maybe we want to think about reallocating some things and some programs, because if kids are hungry, then we need to feed them, and that should come first.
Touche. Thank you. Who we have, Radu?
Mr. Javon Bennett. And
All right.
right online right now, Mr. Bennett.
Can y'all guys hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I missed everything that was said earlier. I was on the wrong link, but I'm gonna get right into it. Good morning. Number one, I am no longer with New Virginia Majority. Number two, Nathan Sims, I have some valuable information that I need to show you in person. It's not urgent, but when you have the time in your schedule to meet in the near future, can we arrange that? Number three, I went to the open house Tuesday. You guys had a lady there named Aisha, I believe. She's very courteous and welcoming. She's a very good representation of NRHA. I just want to throw that out there. I seen Campos. She looked me up and down and just turned her back. I didn't even know what that was about. I went to the second open house and there was a lady from United Way there. I believe she had glasses. I didn't get her name, but she works in the Digtown area. She has like a plan to like better engage the community, but she don't want like I guess like step on toes. I don't know if there's things that she can or can't do, or if it's a TMC thing or whatever. But the thing that she was saying was like something that needed to be said, and I think that's good for the community. So if you guys can maybe just hear her out to see what she's saying, I think it'll be a benefit for all. Fourth, last but not least, I do not want to beat a dead horse about this AAMF program. I reached out, tried to get engaged, et cetera, et cetera. I was hyped about it because it's something with young boys, but clearly I don't know what's going on with that. And it seems to me, not just with that, but with other programs you guys have, it's like, hey, are you guys funding programs to make things look good? Or are we funding programs that would create a positive change and impact? And what I mean by impact is that I came from mutual aid, so with less resources and less money, I affected hundreds of people with data to prove that. So if there's programs that you guys are doing or not doing, or doing or funding, and they're not being impactful, you got a handful of people. It's just a waste of money. It's not fiscally responsible. I feel like sometimes you guys are relying on the word of your colleagues and actual real data, numbers, stats, and people. And I see that you guys actually have a lot of programs that are overlapping with other programs. So I feel like maybe you guys should take a look back at these programs, get them explained from whoever's supposed to be running it, and y'all guys can see that yourself that y'all have a lot of overlapping programs. That money could be used for something more useful, like Amy just said something about food scarcity. I seen Mr. Norm, not Mr. Norman, Mr. Corey Brooks out there one day passing out food. So food is always a necessity. So it's a lot of programs I think you guys can condense and get rid of. Some of these programs is just clear like useless. I don't know if they just get money and doing whatever with it, but I haven't been seeing it. Residents are asking me. I'm looking for answers. Everybody's looking for answers. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Javon. Is Monet Johnson here this morning?
Who? No.
Monet Johnson. All right.
Chairman, if it's okay, please to
Yes.
address. Mr.
Javon.
Yeah, Mr. Iban. I had an opportunity to speak with him regarding some of the programs in the community. And just for the record, I want him to know that I did speak with Ms. Leah in communications, as well as Mr. Julius Norman regarding the AAMF and kind of a matter of determining whether it was African American Male Forum or African American Male Focus for the acronym. And I had asked each of them to reach out to Yvonne, to talk about that information and how we can get that updated. So I'm sure if they haven't reached out to you already, they will.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes, thank
Commissioner
you.
Lewis. Who's our next speaker? Oh, we're done? Would you peep in the hallway, Radu, and see if there's anybody that's just dying to get in here?
Well, Mr. Commissioner, while we're
Executive
waiting.
Director is running away. Go ahead.
While Nathan's gone, no, I was just kidding. While we have a moment, I just would like to say, in light of the public comments and going back to your mention at the beginning of the, I guess I'll call it your tour. I was very happy to be there. Like you said, it was lightly attended, so I would ask, that it be. I would ask that the staff and the commissioners here do their best to push out to everyone.
Yeah, Leah and I talked about that this morning.
But I also want to say, in the context of public comments, that is a great open forum where you have the attention of specific commissioners, that you can look them in the eye. You could look me in the eye, look at Mr. Albert in the eye and say, I have this issue, or this is something that I would like you to address, et cetera. And I think that would be a wonderful way both to expand attendance, but also, like Ray, Sean, if I may say so, that your comments about communication, that is a wonderful forum for communication, and we're really making an attempt to do that. So I would just ask that be pushed out to everyone let them know, and we will be there.
Well said. Mr. Executive Director, your comments.
So I feel compelled to say I'm the captain now. I do want to start out by thanking you for your remarks. I don't often come in here and talk about me, though I talk about the organization. This job's hard, but I come to work every day, multiple hours a day, because y'all pay me to do that. But I do more than what my salary requires me to do. But I'm here every day to work on behalf of the residents, of the voucher holders, of everybody that we do every day. I definitely will continue to work with everybody. It is not easy work, but we have a lot of solutions, and you can pick me up at the bus station. And so. But I'm going to continue to do what I have to do to make this agency strong. And sometimes being strong is just having a backbone. Anyway, so I'm going to move on and say you normally see me with a pen. And so I have a different pen on today. And this pen is an 85th anniversary pen because the agency turns 85 July 30th of this month. And so I think it's key to talk about whatever you think what your view of NRHA is at its day, at its worst, and where it currently is. It has very much been impactful to our city and to our region. And so we look forward, and as we are doing currently, to have various events, both internally to the agency and in our communities, to kind of recognize that. And so we look forward to folks continue to participate as part of that process, and certainly work with us as we advance our goals over the next hopefully 85 more years. I do want to recognize too that we've hired a new comptroller, and it is Dr. Marvin Bly. He's in the back right there, Dr. Marvin Bly.
Oh, good morning.
So he joined us last week. He now has the fastest record for finding housing for somebody who had to relocate here, which was 1 day.
Can we get him to come up front? I couldn't see him back there.
I'm gonna get him to stand up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna work our way through the agenda for sure. But if you want to stand up, that's certainly fine. He's joining us. He came from Baltimore, where he was the fiscal officer for the City of Baltimore Department of Housing and Community Development. Brings a ton of experience to our agency, so we're pretty much excited about that. He's hit the ground running, and literally. And we're excited to have him be part of that.
Welcome.
I did want to highlight the rental assistance program team in terms of having a landlord forum, which was on June 11th. It was very well attended by 70 current and potential landlords, and so it was a very good discussion, which was really, really great. Talked about a lot of different law, but really just the benefit of being part of our program and expanding those relationships, maintaining and expanding those relationships. And so we're very much engaged and focused in terms of expanding that role over the next coming years, for sure. Did make a reference to Yardy, and so it's real. And so it is going to be some hiccups, but the system outweighs, I mean, the risk outweigh the benefits. I'm not saying that anybody information going anywhere is not important. We will definitely look into that. But it's more of an automated system. We got to catch up with the times. And, you know, with that, I think it's very much helpful at the end of the day. So we will certainly work to make sure that implementation, I can say go off without a hitch, but try to be as smooth as possible with dealing with the new system. But we think that once we get past the initial bumps in the road, the benefits far outweigh the minor headaches. But we do apologize for folks if they're experiencing issues. We are working to get the Rent Cafe portal up. That's an essential portal for both landlords and both voucher participants and public housing residents as well. So that will help in terms of letter review, payments, and some other things as well.
Let me ask you one question, Nathan.
Sure.
On the heel, what Ray Tron was saying,
Mhm.
will there be any space, and I say that understanding that there's some security issues,
Sure.
would there be any space for some foundational training
Yeah.
for key?
We've done training. Yeah, and we will continue to do training. This is a new system for anybody, so like anything else, we kind of already know, like, if we introduce anything new into the equation, there's the initial shock and fear, right? So we've already baked that into the cake in terms of the degree of training that needs to take place, that can continue to take place, because it's an ongoing journey. Even our staff is continuously learning, right? So unless you were exposed to the system prior, like a few of us, it's going to take a minute. But yeah, it's always going to be there, and we would welcome that.
One last thing.
Sure.
Who are our key points of contact for Yardi from an expertise level?
Depends on the area. So IT has been a main driver of this. Client services, if we're talking about in the communities, client services staff has been trained on it. And each respective area that touches Yardi has a trainer.
Okay, so Julius Norman would be a subject matter expert.
No, yeah, I ain't saying that, but he's right outside there. But his team is trained. His team has been trained on that for sure. Yes.
Let me interrupt, Mr. Vice Chair. Let me just say, I really would caution us in the outreach other than the executive director while this is being implemented, you know what I mean? And then get your point of contact after it's fully assimilated and that kind of
thing. We don't have a problem, you know, putting that out there. You know, again, we don't mind posting that so people know where to go. That isn't a problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. If we wait
just
to implement it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that we don't have a lot of inappropriate questions. You know, being misdirected to the wrong place and that kind of thing. Once it's fully implemented, you need that.
Sure. And communication is very much important.
All right.
Okay. So I do want to highlight property management. And so it was touched on, I think, by Javon about the open house piece. And so I know that you got a chance to go, Mr. Chair and Commissioner Lewis, but I would encourage everybody to really, if you get a chance, you know, step out and check out the unit refresh efforts. And so what are those efforts? Those efforts are really going just beyond a simple unit turn and really doing a really good refresh of the units, changing the concept, the colors, the different things of that nature. If you go over to Young Terrace today, there are a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom unit that has been totally transformed. There is a new, different type of flooring, all of that is staged. Which is very much important. And I think it changes kind of the look and the feel of the unit.
Easy access. You
right off Virginia Beach.
Right on Virginia Beach Boulevard.
Yeah. Yep.
And walk right in the door.
Yep. So I think that is pretty exciting. I just will, and you'll see on the screen in a second in terms of some before and after so you can really see it. But this is why it makes a difference in terms of perception. We went at the end of the day. We had some meetings during the day, so we got a chance to go in the afternoon. But the event, there was an open house event from 9 to 6. And so we found ourselves perusing around the unit. And like I said, you'll see some of the older stuff. That's the original. And, you know, we literally sat down and we were talking, and we talked for almost an hour. And the reason why that makes a difference is because if you stepped outside the door, you would be fearful of what's on the other side of that doorway. And what you can see there, which we were sitting there, is a totally different type of look and a type of feel. And it should feel homely, right? It should feel like home. You should feel comfortable. And so that was the good part about it. It was about 6 or 7 of us in there comfortably, right? And so that's important. Why is that important? Because we're doing that across our entire portfolio, right? And bless you, and no problem. And so that makes a huge difference at the end of the day. So yes, we're going to ultimately transform our units, but it's important to connect with people now in terms of we care of your existing living conditions, right? So we too recognize that, hey, funding hasn't been where it needed to be overall. Maybe there's been some kind of misalignment at times, but we're focused and we're ready to go. So we have this effort already starting in Young Terrace. It's starting in Calvert Square. It's happening obviously in Grandy Village as well. And so we will be supercharging this across our portfolio over the next few years. So I think that's important. We put it on the website to let people know about the unit refresh, and we'll talk about it more. In terms of the upcoming open houses, there's one for Calvert Square on July 18th from 9 to 6. Grandy Village is July 22nd from 9 to 6. And then Oak Leaf and Diggs will be forthcoming in August, but the date has not been determined yet. So the point is to really get people excited. The point is to make sure that transformation takes time, but if we want really people to buy in terms of the services and the things that we're offering, we definitely have to show them that we care today. And so we're pretty much focused on that. And so we will continue to work through that. But I would encourage you to, if you get a chance, pop on in. They did have snacks that day. I don't know if they're going to have snacks on those other days, but they did have snacks. But it was a very comfortable feel. It really was. And I can't stress that enough. For me, everybody knows that I'm not scared to go anywhere, so that's just me. But but at the same time, if you're a little apprehensive, I'm not saying anybody is, but walking through that doorway instantly changes your perspective. Like, we're sitting right there. We're sitting right on Virginia Beach Boulevard, and I could have stayed there all day, right? That's how comfortable it was.
And I'll sponsor the snacks for the next one.
You need to ask what the snack budget is around here before you commit to. I said you might want to ask what the snack budget is around here before you commit to that. They love snacks here.
Hey, Ed, one thing I want to say about this, and one of the things that when people have questions about our agency from just different other agencies and other interests, they want to know, what are we doing to take care of what we currently have?
Absolutely.
Right, that's a big thing, and to do things like this, to be able to see some of these refreshers, which I'll go there right after this to kind of take a look at this.
Sure.
People want to know what we're doing
Yep.
to take care of what we have. You're talking about what you're going to do in the future, the change, but what are you doing to take care of what you currently have on your plate now?
Absolutely.
So this is it, all right? This is the message. And Leah, I know you're going to do a great job at displaying this message, because people want to know and people want to be able to refer back. The same way that Raytron spoke about the Yardy thing, people want to see the dates, right? Hey, look, we have had trainings. You've already said that. Well, let's document it, right? So I think it's very important to document this, because it's a huge thing, you know, as you can agree with Edie as well too. So great work.
Yeah. No, again, it takes a lot of it takes the village. I mean, so. Property management in terms of, Brenda Fleming, Bill Arrington, Aisha, our procurement department, Roxanne Potts. It takes a lot of people, our property maintenance supervisors. It's a lot of work that goes into this. And like I said, I mean, it's not going to be overnight, though we have several crews that are already over in those communities working. But this is a long-term plan. And I know people will still come back and say, are you guys still going to? Yeah, we're still going to. That's not going to change, because our goal is to not only to upgrade what we were upgrading and unlock those sites so that they can serve more people. And so that's our focus. And we still want people to connect to our services, but we don't want people to have to worry about where they lay their head at night. On the communication front, speaking of that, we've been all over the place, right? And so we've gotten a lot a lot of news coverage on a lot of different things, particularly around the Young and Calvert transformation. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. We got a lot of coverage on the football clinic that was a few weeks ago, and so that was just a great it was a great event, right? And so more so than Michael Vick attending, because he did attend, but he was there for a little while. But that aside, it was a good environment. It really was. It was very well attended. Kids were having a great time. Adults were having a great time. It was good. If we could have got you out there, I would have had them toss you up one. But it was good at the end of the day. I'm gonna say shout out to Daryl, because Daryl, if you're ever ready for ESPN, that was the time. Daryl got every shot, was in every huddle, was in every drill that was being committed, that was being done effortlessly on a day where it was not super hot in terms of sun being out, but it was very humid that day. And so it was good out there. And so I want to say kudos to client services, to communications, to all the staff that was participating as part of that, because just the environment was good, and so didn't need number 7 out there necessarily. We can have that. But it was just good to see that happen. And I think, we want to continue to build off of that. We do have a continued promotion of a Summer Seek series. And so that's a number of different workshops, work-related work initiatives, trade fairs, all of that we're doing. So if you haven't seen, we've partnered up with Hampton Roads Transit in promotion of their bus operator trainee program. And so I think that's really important. We're doing some financial literacy upcoming at Oakleaf, right? Calvert?
Oakleaf and Calvert.
See, I get it. And so we have a number of different things coming up that we want to connect up to, and so we're pretty excited about that. And so the trades fair is August 7th. Yep. Not a date on this paper, people. Keep it up here. When this goes, it's a wrap. And so we're continuing to work with folks in terms of a partnership to connect folks to different opportunities. So I would encourage everybody who is listening, who is watching, please, these services are out here for a reason. We're going to continue to do things, but if we are not going to continue to be able to move and change outcomes if we just focus on one side of the equation and not the other. So let's get folks out here to connect. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but we got to start somewhere. The other, lastly, from the communication standpoint, is the overhaul of the St. Paul's transformation page on the website. So we're working on that now with the goal of having something by August. And so we are starting to direct more traffic to our YouTube channel, YouTube page. And so that we're putting a lot of events. So you'll see ESPN, Daryl back there doing his thing, but also some of the other types of events that we're working to do. Lastly, on the development front, I know I've been up here for a while, we selected a master developer for Young and Calvert, and that is Gilbane Development. And so Gilbane Development is out of Rhode Island, and I want everybody to kind of understand the process. This is a very collaborative process. Very collaborative process. How collaborative? It's so collaborative that the scoring teams were equal 4-4 NRHA to city. So equal that when we shortlisted the finalists, we paid for 2 of our staff and 2 of our city staff to visit said location. So collaborative that it was unanimous choice for the selection. So if you hear anything other than that, we got receipts, literally. So we did.
That's very good to hear.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
None of this we do is by accident. And so we do have a charrette process coming up next week for the 14th through the 17th. And so we encourage you to drop by It is all day, so I know we're trying to do some of the committee meetings next week there, and so we're going to be at the Murray Center. The charrette will be at the Murray Center next week, and so whether you got a chance coming in the morning or the evening, that's why I said you got to watch the snack budget, because we got food in the morning and food in the evening. But we encourage people to come, get their feedback, tell us how you want this transformation to look. And I think that that's very much important and what's important to you. I would say there's a lot of decision making that is left to be done, a ton, right? Our job is just to convey, to get things moving. I'm a convener, right? And so we're going to continue to make sure that we're moving this in a way so that we can hopefully get to a start in 2027. And I think that's really what we're going to continue to do. We're not making any decisions on anything in a vacuum. It is going to require a lot of input, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So just a heads up to members of the various committees and to the board. As you know, we've been working with the community builders on Broad Creek, and so there's a number of different things. Okay, did not realize that was me. That was my fault. Sorry about that. But it's a scam likely, so there we go. And so we are working with the community builders in terms of repositioning the initial phases of Broad Creek, and so we will be coming. We've been asked to enter into the bond pool, the Housing Authority bond pool, and issue bonds for the repositioning of, I guess I'll say phase one of many. And so we will be coming to both the Finance Committee and to the Development Committee to kind of highlight what that looks like next week, and then be coming to the board in August for a recommendation. I do want to end by celebrating the development and our development team. It's a lot of work goes into this stuff. And so the agency was awarded an innovation grant from Virginia Housing in the amount of $500,000. That's significant because it helps us focus on a building demonstration project, which we will do at Moton Circle, where we will look at various construction types. So we are going to do 7 stick-built, 7 panelized, and 7 modular. And so we want to really see the benefits, the differences, and they provided funding to help us facilitate a portion of that. I want to thank Corey Hines. There's a lot of thanks on Corey's today, so Corey Brooks for sure, but Corey Hines, who is the Housing Development Project Manager who wrote the grant and responded. And Corey is very feverish in terms of pursuing opportunities. So this isn't the only one that we received. We actually received another grant for $50,000 as well. $50,000 as well. So we're continuing to go out here and find grants to do the work that we've done. And so I'm pretty proud of that. Lastly, because I'll be prepared to go through it next month. But I'm pretty sure people are going to ask us about the big, beautiful bill. And so I'm going to, my bad, I'm sorry, I kind of oversold that. I think a lot of people leaned forward in their chair, and I'm sorry, it's not that today, but there's a lot of stuff in here for sure. And there's a lot of things that we probably all would not necessarily agree with. But there's a lot of things in here, and this is a one-pager that we got created, that unlocks a lot of potential, for our redevelopment efforts, a ton. And so there's the typical or some new programs that will be introduced, but there are some beneficial things that are specific to Hampton Roads or to military areas like Hampton Roads. So there's military prosperity zones that have been created. There's opportunity zones that have been submitted. There's a lot of things in terms of new markets and others, but there are new funds that are being created that will replace existing programs as well, that will help us accelerate our efforts tenfold. So I look forward to talking to you guys about that, and I'll take any questions you may have.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question here? Nathan, have you put together some sort of a summary of the elements of the bill that was passed on July 4th that can outline for the board what the full measure of those opportunities would be?
Mm-hmm.
Just quickly read it at the next meeting out loud, the whole bill. That'd be. No, I will actually say, in all seriousness, I agree that
I want the
there.
Reader's Digest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there are some things in there.
If there
that,
is something to be, that came out of this.
Very beneficial to us.
That we can look at.
Sure.
That allows for levers to be pulled.
Yes.
At the local
Yes.
level.
Yes.
Then I think we need to know about it, because the impact that we've seen at the macro level
Yes.
on Medicaid, the impact that we're going to see at the macro level with SNAP is going to create a problem.
It is.
That is going to make it,
Challenging.
that is going to shift responsibility and accountability to entities like this at the local level.
Yes.
So, you know, the term we heard, the phrase that I'm now going to burn into my memory, rare, brief, and non-recurring, is something that we're going to have to deal with at the local level.
Yes.
We can't fix the entire country.
No.
But if there are things that we can do in this community, we're going to have to do it.
I would echo that, and at the risk of anyone forming an opinion about me, because I have read versions and the last version that was actually passed, you're dead on. There are a lot of things to be taken advantage of, but I also think it's going to be something, as Dr. Smith just mentioned, it's, you know, whether they're one-offs or not, there's a finite amount, and we want to be first in line, because it's not going to everybody. Like he said, you can't fix the country, but that's not our focus. Our focus is here.
Let me say, yesterday in our Economic Inclusion Committee, the executive director ran off a litany of things that we can benefit from in the good, beautiful bill. I don't know how beautiful it is, but I know that our executive director ran off a lot of things that would create opportunities for this agency.
Yes.
And so if we want anything, Phil, that would be very instrumental and helpful to us in way of a briefing.
Absolutely.
And I mean, he did a great job yesterday. I mean, apparently you must have read the whole bill and
Not the whole thing.
close.
Not the whole thing.
Had to be close to it, but because
Chat GPT.
it was a lot of
I use technology.
a lot of resources. So, thank you,
Chairman, I
Go
have
ahead,
to
go
agree. I have to agree that in the economic inclusion meeting on yesterday, I was very impressed. The information that the ED shared with us, very, very knowledgeable of what was in the bill, the kind of programs, potentially funding that can come as a result of the approval of this bill. So I appreciate that. He was very knowledgeable, made me feel very comfortable that a lot that is in the bill could help move forward things for our communities that we serve. Thank you so much.
Earl, you were
Heartening, and I'm sorry, I just wanted to say that's heartening to hear. Thank you.
Earl.
Mr. ED, thank you for that information. I'm sure you will be sharing that with us. And I haven't read the big, beautiful bill. I'm sure I'm missing out on something.
Nah, you're good.
But as I recall from news reports, a lot of the measures in the bill take place in the future.
Right.
Do we have sufficient enough time, based on what you know about the bill, to address those things that might be impacting us
immediately?
Yeah, so there's two sides to the bill, and there are many sides to the bill, but let me just put it in the kind of the financial bucket and the social bucket. The social bucket aspect, a lot of those provisions have been pushed back 2 to 3 years, I think. And so there is time to work around that to kind of limit and lessen the blow of that. There's the financial aspects of the bill that incentivizes a lot of different things that we talk about. So the maritime piece is very much important because the maritime piece looks at the whole community, right? So if we are to build additional ships, or we need to expand our readiness, we need to have the housing to support the workforce. We have to have the workforce training to have people do that. We need to have the child care facility to be able to facilitate that. And so there's a lot of that there to help in terms of the economic conditions. Things that are available today on the HUD side, we will benefit in terms of rent boost. Y'all stealing my thunder in terms of what I need to talk to Steve about later. But, we benefit from a rent boost from being both in a maritime zone and an opportunity zone. We have 13 assets that are located in opportunity zones. And so there's a way to kind of leverage that. There's $5 billion in funding from HUD to help specifically to help public housing authorities transform their portfolios at a max grant of $40 million. So again, But it also helps in terms of the resident component. It also helps with a lot of different holistic options. There's commercial corridor funding. So what are we trying to do around here? Revive commercial space. And so there's dollars around that. There's home ownership funding that is available as well. That's at the state level. There is an emphasis in terms of working and building housing and doing things near HBCUs and colleges. What do we have here? HBCUs and colleges. No. So there's a ton of stuff. So to the earlier point, we have about a 5-year window, right? I mean, it's just, there's time, but it starts now. And we've started a lot of these activities already, but the system has to be primed. And that's why it's key in terms of the commission too. The system has to be primed and ready so that we can do the things that we need to do to take advantage of the opportunity, right? So everybody knows, like I was over there the other day, they're asking how much it's going to cost, how much it's going to cost. It could be minimal, if at anything. I would love the fact to be able to fund it on somebody else's dime and give them a rebate. But we'll see where that goes. But there's a lot in there for us to look at and do a holistic approach in Hampton Roads, right? If we were somewhere else in another part of the country that didn't have a military installation, we'd have some of this, but not all. We have all. So with that, we got to do something. Is it perfect? No. But our goal is to get people hopefully off those types of programs per se. They need it in the short term for sure, but we want to get people to a pathway of self-sufficiency. So we got to do that degree of crosswalk. There are other things that we're going to pursue as well that's going to give us additional flexibility. We'll talk about that in the coming months, but that will help us even more.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Now, after we get client services update, we have a reasonably short meeting today. So I would say to the commissioners, the length of that meeting is going to depend on you and your comments. Is Julius Norman here?
Yes, he is.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
There you go.
Good morning.
There he is.
I have the privilege to welcome 3 wonderful students today. So this is going to be a treat for us. These are some great students from Norfolk Redevelopment Housing Authority that are scholarship recipients. So the first one I want to bring up is Lorique. Lorique, can you come up?
What's the name, Julius?
Lorique Teasley. Lorique Teasley is an undergraduate from Maury. He has a 3.1 grade point average.
Fantastic.
And he
Awesome,
played
man.
4 years of football at Maury High School. As you know, Maury High School actually won 2 back-to-back state championships, and Lorique was part of that team. Lorique played, believe it or not, you played on the offensive line, am I right? Lorique played on the offensive line, and he's our 2025 recipient of the E.L. Ham Scholarship.
All right.
All right.
Commissioners, the E.L. Ham Scholarship is something we're very privileged to have. The E.L. Ham Scholarship is a $20,000 scholarship. The student that receives that scholarship has to attend Old Dominion University. But the scholarship is really worth more than that when we talk about the educational piece. But however, with that scholarship, they pay for the student for that first year to live on campus. Awesome. So Lorique will be that recipient for us. And he has something else that's very unique with him in terms of he had a sibling that also won the award a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
So very competitive family. So, and he plans to actually major in or focus on exercise science. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you. Rick, were you a 200 plus scholars scholar? Were you did the 200 plus men identify you as one of their scholars?
Oh, yeah, but I was at the.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, congratulations, man.
Yes, congratulations. That's wonderful.
And one other thing I'd like to say about Larique that what makes him very unique for me, when we talk about a kid who won a state championship in football and they're back-to-back, Larique has decided that he did not want to play football at Old Dominion University. He received scholarships to play football, but he made a decision not to. So the other thing that makes him very unique because of that, with Larique, he worked. Now, the other side about playing sports at Maury High School, especially football, is that those guys practice. How many hours a day do you think you guys practice?
Like 5.
2 a days in the summer.
Yeah, so they come in. How many hours a day do you guys practice?
Maybe about like 5.
And why did you decide not to play football in college?
Because I just wanted to focus more on my future and like other things outside of football.
Impressive.
Awesome.
That is absolutely impressive.
He works a job. Where do you work?
I currently work at Krispy Kreme.
So a kid.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't get you didn't bring donuts.
You deserve an award. You deserve an award just for not being my side.
So I just wanted to say that for a young man to play on a prestigious football team and put that many hours into sports,
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
maintain a 3.1 grade point average, and work a job.
That's real.
That's an exceptional young man. So we want to say thank you here.
Sound like
in
Terry
RHA.
Conyers.
Yeah, that's right. That's amazing.
That William and Mary?
And that Booker T.
Yeah.
Next, I want to bring up Alexis Williams. Alexis. As Alexis come up, Alexis is an honor graduate from Commissioner Conjure like this from Booker T. Washington High School.
Yes, sir. Booker T.
She has a 3.2 grade point average,
Awesome.
graduated a year early, so that's exceptional.
Wow.
She graduated a year early following a full schedule of junior and senior classes. Alexis played on the girls' varsity basketball team for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And led the marching band, so she was busy, and led the marching band, and she was the drum major for that band. And the last 2 years, she has also been in the Naval NJRTC.
Oh.
So she is busy. And she's a Reserve Officer Training Corps during the final year. She was accepted to 18 colleges, but will stay close to home. And she plans to attend Norfolk State University. And she will tell you what your major is.
My major is exercise science and kinesiotherapy.
Awesome.
Exercise science and kinesiotherapy.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
I live in Young's Terrence. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Anything else you'd like to say?
What was your position on the basketball team?
I played both shooting guard and point guard. My freshman year, I played shooting guard, but my junior and sophomore year I had to step and play point guard.
One North State now, you're gonna see more of us.
So that makes it very exceptional. I have to say is when you actually have an opportunity to have a choice, and we like the whole idea of choice. She had a choice between 18 colleges and universities. 23. So, I'm sorry, 23. I told you. She corrected me. 23 and in young. So the perseverance of this young lady, the ability to do multiple things, to be able to look at, just some things. When we look at protective factors, she had a lot of protective factors that surrounded her to help her to be as successful as she is. So we'd like to applaud you again.
Awesome.
Thank you, Alexis. Congratulations, Alexis.
Yep, congratulations.
And last but not least, where is she? Where's Jemiah? Oh, there she is. Jemiah Davis. Jemiah Davis is an honor graduate from Booker T. Washington High School.
All right.
With a 3.9 GPA, which ranks 6th in her class. She is a student at Booker T. Washington High School, and she's also majored in a lot of different things that she was involved with the arts at Booker T. Washington High School. And, hold on, I ain't got to that yet. Tell me about yourself. Go ahead.
What exactly am I supposed to say?
Anything you like.
Yeah, I've been at Booker T for all 4 years. I was in the Performing Arts Academy. I graduated with honors with the advanced diploma. Yeah, when I graduated, it was a 3.9978 GPA, but I got an official transcript, and now I have a 4.0117.
Okay.
She's a wonderful singer. And she received a Vocato scholarship as well, and was awarded that at the Vocato conference in Virginia Beach. But the great thing about that at Virginia Beach, when she was awarded that scholarship, it was unique. She talked about how shy she was, but she sang a beautiful song at the conference, and she just got rave reviews, and it was excellent. So although she seems shy, she has a performance piece that's inside of her that's great. That when we talk about, again, the protective factors that surrounded her, what community are you from?
I'm from Tidewater Gardens.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
the resiliency, the different things that she has in place with her to continue her quest to be great. She and all of the students, we just want to applaud them. And we have a lot of other students there that do the same thing. To the parents who are here, we just want to say thank you for all the work that you put into your children and making sure that those protective factors, again, I'm saying a lot about protective factors, that you have put those in place to help your young people succeed. So on behalf of Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, we will do and make every effort to make sure that we put those assurances in place to help your young person to succeed. Not only that, you as well. If you have other members in your family, we want to make sure we get them. Tariq is a prime example of that. We've actually had services with their family for the years, and we want to make sure that we continue that with all our young people. So once again, these are our 2025 graduates of our community that are on their way to do great things.
Can we get the parents that are here to stand?
Yes, please.
Please.
Parents. Parents that are here.
So thank you so much. All right.
Just for future reference, Terrion Conyers is not the only commissioner that was alumni of Booker T. Me and Commissioner Freddie were also.
Well, out of fairness, the only reason I said Commissioner Conyers, well, no, it wasn't even that. When I was standing outside, they were asking about Yardi, and he said I was an expert. So I had to pay homage. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Awesome. Congratulations to all of you.
Awesome work. Awesome work, man.
Absolutely.
Doc, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are now at the point of the committee updates. And I will start with Phil on finance.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we have our Finance Committee meeting scheduled for next Monday, so we don't have any updates at this point.
Earl, I did want to ask you, and that's what I was texting you. I already asked Phil, because you all work together real good. You know, at one point, when the executive director gave us a comprehensive report, one of the recommendations was that we would have strategic planning sessions or retreats. And so I asked Executive Director Sims if he would appoint a key lead staff person to work with you and Phil in organizing a retreat for us, and which would include his senior staff. So if you agree, then you two will be the lead for us.
We'll be happy to do that. Obviously, any organization that has a strategic plan, one of the critical things is maintaining a focus on those elements over time, and we'll view that as our responsibility.
Absolutely. And Phil won't be here next month. So whatever date you all set for planning, Nathan, just keep that in mind. All right. Albert,
Yes, thank you.
can you
Chair.
update on 2 committees that you serve?
Yes, I will. July the 1st, 2025, the Public Housing and Safety Committee met, and I'm very impressed with the information that was being covered. A lot of it you heard today relative to the refresh communities, which Ms. Brenda talked about. I'm loving the collaborations that the security department is having with Norfolk Police in addressing significant events that happen in our community. So these committees are coming forward with a great deal of information dedicated to serving our community with a level of excellence that I am so very appreciative of. So I love coming together with this committee. On July the 8th, we mentioned earlier that the Economic and Inclusion Committee met. Great deal of information. I think we're at a point now where we'll be able to present our information to the committee, materials that we've worked on to kind of offer a fresh perspective on collaborations by focusing on resident and community-based efforts to resolve conflict problems. And so the executive director in that meeting was Kiara Brown and Mr. Edward Davis. They were online with us. In person was Mr. Brian White, Mr. Julius Norman, and myself. We made a great deal of progress, and I think we're ready to bring to the board some updated information, which should be happening here. And yeah, okay.
I was there.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. The chair was there as well. My apologies. My apologies. Absolutely.
You made sure I was there. You called me.
Yeah, I called him. So the meetings are coming along great. All the focus, potential of these focuses are on supporting our residents, our community, and overall the city at large. This collaboration with the city, we're doing some great stuff, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you, Chair.
Fantastic. Thank you. Any other committee reports? And so again, time is on your hands. We had commissioner comments before we close out. I will start with Will.
No comment here today.
Thank you. Earl?
I'll be quick, Mr. Chairman. I've been appointed, as I'm sure we mentioned last month, to the Mayor's Commission on Housing.
Sure.
It's a rather comprehensive committee to look at opportunities for more affordable housing here in the city. The agency is represented not only by myself, but by our esteemed ED and other staff, I'm sure, will be participating. And the city had a wide array of senior staff members participating as well. We've only had one meeting. Our next meeting is next month. I would ask any commissioners who have thoughts, ideas, concerns about affordable housing to share them.
Absolutely.
Well, we are in a free-for-all moment, trying to explore as many ideas as possible to help resolve a pressing matter, not just for our city, but for the Commonwealth and the nation. And if you have any thoughts, run across any literature or any ideas that might help facilitate us addressing affordable housing here in our city, please feel free to let me know.
Very good information. Thank you, Earl. Phil?
I have no additional comments.
Adam?
I have no comments. Thank you. That was a very good, very uplifting day today. Yep.
Amy?
No, good, thank you.
Back to you, Albert.
I just want to say I appreciated the invite. We talked about it a little bit earlier. On June the 21st from 5 to 7, the commissioners meeting with the community. I was happy to be there on the second half. Adam was there on the first half. I was there on the second half. And I was able to meet a few of the community members who had some very pointed concerns and questions. I wanted the chair to know that I did follow up with those persons. They gave me their phone numbers, and I appreciate that whenever or whatever residents' concerns are, when it's brought to my attention, I bring it to the executive director's attention, and he has been spot on with responding. I appreciate that. Either he'll get the information and he will contact whomever needs to be contacted within his agency, and there's been a great response to community concerns, and I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you, Chair.
I'll echo that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Same thing, Nathan. Thank you for that.
Elsie?
No comment.
Let's really appreciate the commitment of our Commissioner Elsie Mayo, who has been struggling with illness, but consistently making the meetings here and with our HIV meeting. Elsie, we really appreciate and value your work here and participation. So thank you, Commissioner Mayo.
Thank you, Ms. Elsie. Thank you.
I see Miss Rose Arrington in the house.
Yeah. Thank goodness, Ms. Rose.
Welcome, Rose. Commissioner Conyers, any comments?
No comments. Just stepped out to kind of speak to those kids who are graduating. It's definitely awesome to see. It's awesome to see, you know, that transformation and that transition, and it kind of reminds me of my time, and happy to see it. So.
You know that's a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're adjourned. Thank you all.
William and Mary.
You got something for me?
It's at the house though. I got it, but I need you to hold me accountable because I came to my house. But I'm gonna meet with you and give it to you.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
Good.
Yep. I'm head over to refresh.
We'll talk later today. I'll call you.
Mr. Norman.
It's great to see that.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, I got to meet
Mr. Chair? That we gavel back in just for a couple of minutes to
come to order. The chair,
Attention,
executive director,
Attention, everyone.
needs us back
May we have your attention?
at the meeting.
What happened?
You got it?
Mr. Chair, with your permission and the permission of the board, I did want to give our former Commissioner Rose Arrington just a moment to express her feelings.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad Brenda Fleming is showing great job on the rehab and the work that you're doing, Brenda.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It feels good to be back on the old stamping ground. I miss y'all so much. I come here today to thank each and every one of you that reached out to me in my time of agreement. My daughter meant so much to me, and I went through so much those 4 months with her. But I knew if I picked up that phone and called any one of you all, you would encourage me, you can do it. You can make it. And you all were there for me. And I thank you, each and every one of you, because when you're going through, you look for God, and I know He's there, but you look for someone else to reach out, and you all reached out to me. And I love you, and I thank you all so much.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you. At her daughter's homegoing, my comments were directed for all of the entire board, and that's what was reflected.
Amen.
Thank you all again. We're officially adjourned.
That's right.